Power prices are heading higher again. The Australian energy regulator raised its benchmark pricing for next financial year. The Clean Energy Council says the key to bringing prices down is through accelerating the uptake of renewables. But that could be an increasingly hard ask. I spoke to CEO Kane Thornton. Kane Thornton, welcome to The Business.
Great to be with you.
Kane, fast-tracking clean energy to bring down power prices, is this a tough sell in the era of Trump?
Well, certainly what we know is that there's enormous concern about cost of living, and electricity prices very evidently play into that. I think what we're seeing right around the world, including in the US under Donald Trump, is countries really focus on their own domestic economy. What can they do to drive down power prices? And here in Australia, that's very evidently shift us away from old coal that's getting more expensive and accelerate our shift to renewables, which are the lowest cost form of generation.
Well, how is Australia doing? How close are we to meeting the target of 82% renewables by 2030?
We've doubled the amount of renewable energy in Australia over the last 5 years. We're through 40%. We're charging towards 50% of our energy mix coming from renewables. We've got a lot more work to do, though, over the coming years, and that requires political stability, it requires policy certainty, but we've got the fundamentals. We've got some of the best renewable resources anywhere in the world. If anyone can do it, Australia can.
Well, it's 5 years away. Will we do it?
Well, certainly the last 6 months show that it's possible. We've got a giant pipeline of renewable projects and energy storage projects around the country. We've got investors who are enthusiastic about investing in clean energy in Australia. What we now need is some certainty around the policy settings. That investment will only come if investors have a sense that their investments will pay off, and that requires some really sensible and stable policy settings for the future.
It's not so simple as just swapping out a coal-fired power station with a renewable energy source. I mean, climate activist Simon Holmescourt has recently called out the challenges with the renewables rollout in regional areas, for example, accusing wind energy companies of being arrogant.
Well, no one said it was easy. The reality is, whether we like it or not, our old coal-fired generators are old, they're getting less reliable and more expensive. They are going to close. What's critically important is that we're replacing it with the lowest cost technology, and that is renewables. We've got a lot of work to do to make sure we're deploying the energy storage and the pumped hydro and a bit of gas to back it up. We know we need to engage deeply with communities and make sure that they're involved in the consultation around these projects, where they're located, how they operate, and they see the many benefits, the jobs, the regional development and the regional economic boost that comes with it. If we get that right, we're on a pathway to lower cost power supply and a reliable power supply. If we get it wrong, we're exposed to those unreliable coal generators and the rising costs of gas, and that's a disaster for Australia's future.
The opposition leader Peter Dutton says he wants to fix the energy problem and says the solution isn't subsidies. Can we wait for nuclear?
We can't wait for nuclear. Nuclear is about 20 years away, and in fact nuclear would require an enormous government subsidy, the likes of which we've never seen before, some $600 billion of taxpayers' money. The alternative is to deploy renewable energy right now. If we wait 20 years for nuclear, reliability is going to go down, the lights risk going out, and power prices are going to be dramatically higher.
Kane Thornton, thank you for your time.
Authorised by Kane Thornton, Clean Energy Council, Melbourne.